Welcome back, everybody, to the Artist Coaching Podcast, the podcast for artists who are serious about their music career. Jay, welcome.
Thanks, man.
You look
I'm
sharp,
I'm back.
literally.
Yeah, I have a new camera. You can see every. It's supposedly 4K. I don't know what the recording quality will turn out like, but
Live stream
I
might
guess
be a
we'll have
little bit
to.
lower, but the eventual recording will be 4K.
Yo
Hey,
yo.
hey,
Yo,
Ralph's here.
Ra- Ralph's camera. Oh, yeah, there you go. Anyway,
Anywho, how's
anywho,
life, boys?
Yeah,
good.
we just started. You were 1 second later, so
Yeah.
Do you have
uh,
a new camera, Jopke?
yes,
nice
I
of you
I
just
to
can
talked
say.
tell,
about it.
man.
Nice, huh?
And which one is it?
The Insta. Yeah, we should get sponsored.
We should get
Insta
sponsored.
360 link or
Hmm.
link or
Which one is
Insta
that? Is it like
360.
that long vertical one?
You can also use it vertical, but it
It's
has AI
insane.
tracking and stuff. But it's 4K,
What's
so
it
it's
called? Insta?
Insta 360 something. Yeah,
Insta
they should really
360.
pay us now, but
Okay,
But the
by now.
lighting, everything, you actually look handsome-ish.
Handsome.
yeah, it's also the necklace. I'm a necklace
Yeah,
guy
we
now,
we
so
need to talk about the necklace.
I'm a necklace guy now.
What's Chad's opinion
First,
on
first,
the
first the neck taba, and now
yeah, the neck taba is something we got rid of, thank God. But now we're here with the necklace. Like, what's Chad's opinion about that? What's up,
oh, I don't.
Melodramatic, Lion Harris, Key Ross, John, Mr. Smith, Gerard Francis, Kairos, Legend, Israel Carter. What's up? Is this the last episode of the year? No, I don't think so.
No, next week we have.
Yeah, we still have next week. We
Yeah.
like consistency. Consistency is key. Stand by your word. But Jay, let's talk because I feel like you're going through something.
No, I'm just my inner fashionista has come out.
Well, it's probably your
Um,
external fashionista, somebody
yeah,
who
it has
told you
come
to
out
wear
to the
something.
external.
No, but I saw the
Um,
photo shoot, which actually I actually
yeah.
liked it, like the way how it's been set up. Take us to the process. How do you do those things?
So I needed new press photos because I had the same one since 3 years, and you kind of want every press pictures every year or new press pictures every year. I think you want to look fresh, up to date, also with the clothing and with maybe the styling of the photos. So then I got in touch with Marike. I don't know her last name, but her Instagram is shot by Marike. And
Shot by Marike. Boom.
yeah, and then we planned a photo shoot, and I also got a styling Bridget Maas, I think is her name.
Bridget
And she
Maasland.
Yeah, I thought Bridget
almost,
Maasland as well.
almost,
Yeah.
almost. But yeah, they're both young and they're both very talented, and they also did like the styling, so the clothing and stuff. And since then, I've been reborn. No, but
It's the hair, it's the
it's cool
necklace,
if you,
it's
yeah, like I think I'm not really too much or haven't never been spent too much time on fashion, but to get like in one of those photo shoots and just surrender to like, hey, try this outfit is actually really cool because then you see, and that's what Bridget the stylist also says, like you try out stuff that you would never buy, but then you have it on, you're like, oh wait, this is actually
yeah.
cool. And then you have a photo shoot, and I think we were quick at 1 hour, and I think today or tomorrow I'm gonna upload some of the results. So yeah.
And is this also part of the rebranding? As in, do you want to um, look different with the new sound and stuff?
Yes. Well, not so much like, oh, different. Well, definitely different than before, but there's more thought about, hey, it should be like current fashion a little bit more. So that was also with the stylist. Like we looked for examples that are just fresh, clothing wise. And also styling, I think Marika does very well with like there's some like standard press pictures, so the ones you would use on posters. But then there's some others where she just messes with the lighting. And when I say messes, she has a clear idea of how she has the light wants the lighting set up, and it turns out really cool. Um, so that's, yeah, and I think if you do press photos every year and think about, hey, how do I want to present myself? Because this is also the photos that go to like promoters for a show. If you think about that, then it's like, hey, you also again think about your clothing, and yeah, just
Hmm.
overthink that whole thing. And I think also now my second kid is now 1 year old, and I feel there's more time now where I'm like the other day I went to shop. I had time for that again. I feel like I haven't made time for buying clothes, and I was like, oh, whatever. There's stains on everything. I don't care. I'm
The
glad to
sloppy dad.
get them out the house safely. And but then now there's more time. I feel for that kind of stuff, or I make more time for that. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And Ralph, is it the same for you? Because you guys also recently did new press pics, right?
Um, sorry.
a couple a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago, you guys also made new press pics, right?
Yeah.
Is it also something you carefully think about? So what you're gonna wear, what you want to represent, or how that's gonna uh
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, for us, it's just a little bit who we are. I just brought clothes I have in my closet, and
okay.
that's how we roll. We are who we are, and that's what we express.
Okay. So
What you
you don't.
see is what you get. Yeah, it's just yeah, it is what it is, and
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah,
we
and I
didn't
want to.
really think about it that much. No, but there's a lot of artists who are really commercial about those things and think it true, and we don't.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
want to emphasize that I like there's clothing that I'm like I wouldn't have picked in the first place, but then when I have it on, it's like, hey, this suits me. And then in the photos, you go to the selection like, hey, does what works for you? So it's kind of like you keep thinking about that as well. Like, does it actually fit me? And it
Yeah.
needs to be stuff that and this is important, I think, if you're gonna think about your clothing or appearance. Would it be something you would wear to a friend's party? And that's something where I think that is important because then it's like more real.
Hmm.
And
More
I
authentic.
remember like Don Diablo always has crazy outfits, and then I thought like, oh, that's just like kind of an act. But then he always has that on, even
Yeah.
if you spot him randomly in Amsterdam. He is that guy. So then that makes sense, But if he would like wear a suit in the week and then he goes to get dressed for the weekend, that would be a bit like fake. So I
Yeah.
think it's important that although you can exaggerate a little bit in a photo shoot, it needs to be something
Yeah,
that you would be comfortable wearing.
Don, he's like marketing maestro. He's full on commercial.
Yeah. But he
He has a camera guy following him. I think like every minute of a day. That's really not for us. Yeah.
yeah.
I know Marlon wouldn't want it that way, and me either. But I think yeah, we also managed to get all these brands attached to him and how he presents himself. Yeah, if that's he's yeah, you can learn a thing or two from his marketing
Yeah, it's true.
strategies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
By the
not
way,
everybody thinks in such a commercial way, and that's also okay. Yeah,
no, it's a decision, but it's more like
yeah.
the way what I've
Well, no,
started.
some it's also who you are. I mean, think if I talk about me and Marlon, we got into this because, yeah, for me, definitely making music, that's something that's a soloist thing. That's just purely for the music. Never intended anything else. I just really liked making music. I think for being a DJ, then there must be this intrinsic need to present yourself on a stage. Yeah, that must be in there. So it's a bit more external than making that music. And yeah, if that's what drives you, and you don't from your origins do all these commercial things, or I mean, if we would be Gen Zers, I would be a very bad one because I wouldn't walk around filming myself the whole day. But then when I look at Don Diablo, I mean, he's like really at ease in that environment. And I'm not sure if it's taught, but I like to think that it comes natural for him. And yeah, and then that's also perfectly fine, you know. And if you have that in you, and you can capitalize on that like he does very well, yeah, then go for it. And also what Jobke says, yeah, he wears those weird
Yeah.
clothes a little bit. Let's call them weird.
It's
Yeah.
eccentric, as in it's very
Well, he
unique.
expression all over him, constantly doing it in a commercial way, and that's
Yeah.
genius. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also a part of his visual branding, as in people recognize him because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a smart move, I would say. But that's something you could think about as a DJ, as you said, Ralph. As a producer, you're kind of backstage, so not many people will see you in real life. But as a DJ, you are in the
But
spotlight, so you want to represent something, right?
this
Like you want
sounds
to.
this sounds dumb, but I think even when you work from home, it's nice for yourself to get dressed nicely in the morning and like
Hmm.
make sure you look good, and that's up to your own interpretation. But I remember having days where I was like just what I had on when I got out of bed and then just work all day. I mean, that's also sometimes nice, but I you sometimes feel better if you have a shower and then get dressed.
Yeah.
You
Definitely.
feel you take yourself a bit more seriously.
You know
So it's
what's
good to
fun?
think about.
I experienced this last weekend. I never wear suits, and fuck the suits. But once, maybe twice a year, I wear a suit, and something changes if you wear a suit.
And because you look good in a suit. Yeah, let's
Exactly.
be honest. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
different. Like once you wear a suit, it's like you just feel different. And that's probably what you mean. Like if you spend some time to look well, to look um as if you've been taking care of yourself, like I think that gives you a good feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
that definitely
know,
can help.
it's because we in our friends group we have this discussion sometimes. Well, it's not a discussion, just a talk, but we have friends that say they have an opinion about people who go to they bring away their kids to the school in the morning. And
Yeah.
then they say, I don't get it why people dress up all nicely to bring away their kids, but they just don't know they actually have to go to work and all that kind of shit. But if you think about it, why would you dress up really nice when you go out to have a dinner and there's all these people you will never see or see again? But you always go to the same school where you see people you will see more often. It's actually makes more sense to leave a good impression with them than to the people in the way too expensive restaurant.
You never see
But
again.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure if this contributes to the talk we
No,
just
I can.
had, but made me think about it.
No, I think I can see the link, as in it has something to do with self-worth as well, as in why not in those moments of your life as well, while those
Yeah.
might be more
It's a
significant
bit
Yeah.
moments.
of a ego thing, which isn't necessarily
Mm.
bad. I think it's I also sometimes go to the gym after I drop my kids off, and then I have my hair. I just got out of bed and I have a training suit on, and I do feel a bit like, I come in there and I am like it feels a bit less. I don't know. I can't really explain, but it's
People
like
know that you're not working then, but we already know because of the darts.
Dude,
exactly,
people at the
Yeah.
dude.
school of my kids, I really believe people on the school of my kids think I work out every single day, because
No,
I'm
they don't
You
always
always
think
there.
go to the
because
gym.
yeah,
I'm always in my
the
running clothes. Always.
oh yeah, yeah, you look like a runner. Yeah.
Yeah, and I am like right now I am running 4 times a week, so now they're kind of right, but it's more I'm always in my workout clothes when at school. So those guys must think like, the hell is this guy
Why
doing?
isn't he ripped?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Why?
He
What's
doesn't
this guy?
train very well.
No, I'm
Hey, but
actually getting skinnier.
I want to thank you, you both, for the airtime about me and my dart adventure for 15 minutes or so of the last episode. I was
Yeah,
like,
we
hey,
took you as an example.
this already paid off. Like the amount of effort was like almost zero, and like you
Yeah,
guys wouldn't keep talking about my dart adventure. It was amazing.
the PR was insane. Like
Yeah,
1 hour.
Yeah, yeah, it was
but
How's the
that's
consistency going?
because we really are fond of you, Jobke. But it's a topic of every day, like social media and how to handle it. It's a
yeah.
thing, and yeah,
It's
you can question every strategy.
Yeah, and also what I mean, I'm not trying to make a point with the whole darts thing, but it's funny how um like people assume your schedule a little bit, and they see like, oh, you're only into darts now, you're only doing this, while it's literally like whenever I do it, it's like 20 seconds of filming and another 20 of posting. So it's like you can change the whole image people have of you with such little things. And the funny thing is people don't really know at all what your life looks like, and but they have a whole image of your life because of 10 seconds they saw of you, which is just
Yeah,
interesting. And I'm
you can build
thinking
the
now,
image.
I think now I'm a bit exploring it, and the whole
No,
that
but
I'm
it
not even doing it
starts.
every day, I don't even think people care about it. No one apart from you, no one has told me like, hey
No,
man,
no,
I
but
missed
it starts with you giving information, and then the interpretation starts. It's a really common response, and of course, me always bashing on you because of your work ethics.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I could see the link like this, even less effort than you making those videos, and that
Detective
made
Ralph
me
went
that's
laugh.
in.
Yeah.
but that's like you have this whole image of my work ethics is
No, but still,
already.
we had two questions. Okay, either you're not in the studio every day, or you don't take the effort, which apparently you say is not so much. You don't take the effort to do it every day. So yeah, enlighten us.
Yeah, I don't take the effort to do it every day. And
Then
yeah,
you're
other than that,
really lazy.
I'm in the studio 4 days a week. And that's enough to create a lot of bangers. No, but it's like the whole point is I don't think people care at all with these challenges. I think you're maybe one of two people that have checked
Now,
the
me and
dates
Joey,
and
we really care about consistency, and we also agree that consistency is one of
but
the keys of doing good social
I'm
media.
I'm still
And I,
posting them. I'm still posting them. It's
yeah.
like there's still sometimes when I post them and I think the randomness of it, yeah, to me it's funny. To me it's just it's funny. It's testing out
I
how
like it.
TikTok works a little bit.
And that's
And
perfectly
You should
fine.
also there's
no
another thing.
Jay.
There's
You should
another
make a
thing.
different account, J Darts, and just
Yeah,
a single
I
dart.
had a J Dartway on Instagram
Dude,
before, but
that's
I
it.
deleted
J
it.
Dartway.
But here's the thing.
If Joey
That's
gets really
another thing
excited
about
Dude,
about an
social
this
media.
idea,
this
a
is the whole
good
fucking.
reason not to do it.
No, you
Another
should
thing,
do that.
yeah, then you're too late. Then you're too boomer.
Yeah.
And another thing about this whole social media thing, and like, um, I don't owe any of my followers anything. So it's like also kind of like if I don't feel like posting or I forget about it, it's like I think whatever, I really don't care, and I think that's something where there's a lot of pressure on everyone to post these days, and especially artists. But if you don't have anything to say, then just don't. I mean, you don't owe anyone shit.
No,
It's like
but I think it starts with you saying, and I think
mhm,
it was your message, throwing a dart
every
every day.
single day.
Yeah. Well,
Uh-huh.
then you're yeah, okay. Let's keep it friendly. Not really trustworthy on your word.
Well, maybe that's my point.
Okay.
Social media is fake, everyone. It's short videos. You see 10 seconds of someone's life. So, like I said, I started it randomly. And now I'm kind of like, hey, let's explore this. Let's explore if there's more people like you pointing out, like, hey, you're not posting every day, which, to be honest, I did expect more of that. And you're literally the only one that has mentioned it to me. Maybe only Josh Letitia also posted a Titanic gif of the old lady. It's been 84 years, which I thought was really funny. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna explore it and I'm gonna share the results. And if I ever get to meet Barney, good old Barney,
Barney.
I'll let you know. So
Hey, for everyone
Yeah.
in the chat, I posted a poll where people can vote if we
poll.
should if Jay should start Jay Dartway channel. I think that's
Start.
a good thing.
No, a new channel is too much of an effort.
Okay,
I will just
let's
keep
just say
posting the hard way.
if he should keep darting. And we've got another donation from our main man, Mr. Melodramatic, another $100. May need to go into dad mode. Kids to school. Cheers to my coaches. Have a great
Dude,
rest of your day.
Sick.
Thanks again, man. Thanks for being here again.
crazy.
And meanwhile, people are voting like crazy. It's a 50-50 tie for now, so let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, I wanted to bring up DJ Levi again, just briefly. I'm not
Oh
gonna spend
man.
too much time on this, but we've talked about this, and I said like it's probably a plan. There's a
Yeah,
strategy
yeah,
behind
yeah,
this.
yeah. I know which video you're talking about.
I saw him
Yeah.
with this guy where he was like teaching him how to do the moves, like this, and I was like,
Yeah.
he thought of this. He thought of this.
Here's my take. Here's my take. I respect DJ Levi. I already did, but like now I do more because it's like, oh, he embraces the cringe. He embraces the hate and he's
Yeah.
using it. I think that's genius. What I do think is I'm not sure if he intended all this like a few years ago. I
You're
don't
not.
think so. I think there's kind of like there was a bit of hate on him maybe taking his shirt off and then he was like, "You know what? This post is doing so well. Fuck
Let's
that. I'm
use
going
it.
to embrace all this cringe and hate. Let's go." And now he's like well, it's still everywhere. I see like those draw me memes every time with the fart sound with the reverb, and it's like you see him, and then like the, or like the,
The
like
fuck?
him in a weird
What
pose
kind
and
of
it's like-
funnel are you guys in? I've never seen this.
the drawing memes. You've never seen
Never
those?
seen it. No.
Oh, I will send some after the
Okay.
episode. But they're-
Anyway, I just wanted to mention. I think it's definitely is a strategy. I think he's using it in order to become more successful. So just wanted to drop it in there. There's also this other topic you guys wanted to talk about, which we talked about in the chat earlier today. What was that again?
Oh yeah. Let's get it back. Well, no, Jopke said something interesting,
about
which
other
of course I don't agree with.
other DJs' music. That
Yeah, he was.
yeah.
We were talking about Nova, and he knows I'm a big fan. And then he said, it's weird that a lot of her posts are not her own records, it are records of somebody else. And then I'm thinking, like we discussed this also before, the age or the era of the pure DJ is really back. And it's not about posting your own music, it's about sharing the party and the fun and the love and all that kind of stuff. And I actually embrace that DJs are now posting them playing tracks they love, regardless who made them.
Yeah.
Also, if they don't tag you or in the comments, they don't share. I mean, the
Well,
comments start
they
to live, so everybody you can see. Like, if I open the comments, there's always a comment. What's the track? And someone else always says Bassjackers, for example. So the
Of
community
course.
is doing that, but
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Could be. I mean, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We don't always tag, but yeah, you could tag the artist you're playing. Yeah, but okay,
But what was
there's
the point
different.
here?
But
Like that it's a wrong thing to post something
No,
with someone else's music.
it's not
I don't know.
wrong, but it's always a bit like I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to feel about it yet. If you have so much hype on the internet with clips of you with when it's not your own music, then it's to me that's a bit like yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. So it's not
Hmm.
wrong or it's just like it's a bit weird to me.
I
And there's a
honestly
lot of
don't have
bass
an
checkers
opinion
tracks
about it.
she plays, which is awesome, and those are really good tracks. But then I see
Thank you.
like them a lot, and then it. I mean, I'm not saying she's suggesting that it's her own records, but like that kids one is coming by her profile a lot. Like, and then I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
but it's
almost
also
like
a
she's
big
suggesting
moment
like,
in
hey,
her
this is my
set. Yeah.
song a little bit.
No, but it's a big moment in her set as well. She plays it towards the end, and yeah, no, we're always really happy when I see whoever playing our track. I mean, we share it quite a lot nowadays. Um, yeah, I think you shouldn't make more of it. It's nice. People, in the end, they will dig and search for those IDs. Right? That's how they call them. and they will come to you. And if they
Yeah, I
repeatedly notice that it's Bassjackers, yeah.
but that's the like 1%. I think a lot of people just think, "Oh, wow, that track of yours or that track." I think a lot of the general audience and that goes online is like, "Oh, that's her. I hope she plays." I think a lot of people will go to a show and be like, "I hope she plays that kid's record." And they don't, so
Mm,
Yeah.
they go
it's
to
not
her
it.
show for that,
Oh, but it's
So
perfectly
it's kind of
fine. But
like,
I told you also before when we were playing New York and I was there were girls there who heard um, they heard our tracks in Amelie Lenz her set. Um, and that's how they came up onto us. Man, what am I talking about, dude? Find your
Yeah.
no,
words, man.
I know what you mean.
And
Okay.
I think that's the biggest compliment you can get. And yeah, the music is there to be spread around. And okay, there is this common courtesy rule that you can tag the artist, but you don't have to always do that. It's also fine that if you're promoting that record, that you take a little bit of that shine for you. I mean, it's still them playing it on a really cool stage. Yeah, I'm always happy with that.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I think I'm just a bit 50-50 on it. I think as soon as it becomes like too often that you post and you kind of yeah, you're kind of suggesting like this is my track or
Mm.
this is the track that I play every set, and it's kind of like,
We played
eh,
Up to No Good by The Acolyte quite a lot, and we didn't tag the artist all the time. And we posted it also
shame,
quite a few times.
shame on
Yeah,
you,
Shame.
shame on you.
shame on us.
And it, I
No,
mean,
I
it
think
also,
that's it's
it
it's
all, but
okay.
this is just saying also like I didn't really research. I researched like how I think any like let's say random scroller would research. I went to her profile and went through it a little bit, and then s- she heard a lot of bass shaker stuff, for example, and then I'm like, what's her own then? And then it's kind of becomes that
Oh,
vague
but it's
thing of
actually
like,
really clear. She also has her own
no,
releases.
I believe that, but it's
Yeah.
more like maybe the general audience. It's maybe I just feel like it's a bit of fooling of the general audience, but maybe I'm
Yeah, but
digging
I
way too much
mean,
into it.
we have had that with so many artists already, and yeah, sometimes they tag you and sometimes they don't, and vice versa as well. I mean, it's your profile also. It's about you presenting the party you make, and what they can expect when they buy a
True,
ticket to
true,
see you. So
true.
yeah, and I mean,
Talking.
it's a little bit that comes from the EDM era where we actually only used it to promote our own tracks. That's how we, at some point, were like in your set had to be like 80% your own tracks or mashups with stuff, and but it's actually not so necessary, and it's also not where the real sets come from. I mean, house music wasn't built on that alone.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Maybe the question would be, is it a stylish thing to do, but stylish in the Dutch way of
Gentleman's
stylish. So
agreement.
kind of
Yeah.
that's where I'm maybe struggling a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think if it's like very, yeah.
Okay, so Anima picks up
Mm,
Melodic Rave by
mhm.
Hardway and he doesn't tag you. Are you happy?
Yes, of course, of course. But that proves your point. How?
Well,
Well,
it's
it's still
actually
okay.
it's just nice that people play your music and it's up
Yeah.
to you to spread the word about that and make sure you're visible enough that
I just,
people,
yeah.
if they want to re-listen to it and listen or revisit the party at home, that they know how to find you. And yeah,
Talking about faking it till you make it.
DJ Levi. Oh,
No, no, not DJ Levi. Clip of the week. We're going to talk about a clip that I think Renzo sent in this week. Let's see. There we go. Mr. James Hype. James Hype. There we go.
hey.
DJs that I first did when I was coming up. So create an email account with a name that sounds professional. If you can afford it, then buy a domain so it looks extra professional. And then make up a persona of someone that sounds important. And then you can use that email as your manager. You can use your imaginary manager to negotiate for you when it comes to gigs, record labels, and like any opportunity that you might not have the confidence to do by yourself. I bet there's tons of other big DJs who did this on the come up.
Honestly, I did this.
Why is he? Why is he like? He's not. He's doing the opposite of gatekeeping. All these little secrets DJs have done for the past 10 years.
He's like full transparency. Like, let's
Yeah, I
bring it
love
out
it.
there.
I love it. I love
We
it.
do the same thing, right? It's full transparency.
No,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
we
No, but I love it.
didn't.
I love it.
Yeah, we didn't. It makes sense. Although,
Did you never send an email and by the bottom of the email you said manager Bassjackers or something?
no,
Oh, I did in the beginning of my career.
no, but also, not everything has to go through a manager. It's also you making agreements with somebody else, and you don't have to make a fuss about it. But sometimes it's nice that you don't have to talk about money because that always puts things on edge.
Yeah.
And then if you have an imaginary manager, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially money related. I also notice with promoters, if I speak to them directly and I'm like, hey man, I want to come back to your club, such and such. And you always feel this like they don't tell you you're too expensive, or something like that. Along like nothing money wise. They're just like, yeah, I would love to have you back. And then they talk to your agent, like after this happens a lot during ADE, and then they're like too expensive, or there's all these reasons they don't want to book you. Not always. Sometimes they do want to book me. Just lately
Yeah,
it's been
wow.
hard. Everyone, it's been hard.
Good story, bro.
No, but like they will not tell you stuff to your face that they would to your agent. So if they don't know your agent is fake, yeah, I think especially in the beginning, if you can't afford a manager, it's a good tactic to
Yeah.
negotiate
one-
things sometimes.
One downside
Be
though,
careful.
Martin Stevenson also said, and this is something I was always scared of, like all fun and games until the label wants to schedule a video call with both of you and your manager. Like that's when it becomes tough.
Yeah.
Like
That's
at
what
some point
AI is for now, huh?
yeah, okay, that might help. But at some point you might get caught in your own lie, your own web of lies. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Honesty,
Lion Air
longest,
says
eh?
he's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sick, so he's
He's
only in
sick.
audio. Yeah.
Yeah, he's only here in
Ask
audio
your
today.
best friend to.
He's
You
free this
can always ask
afternoon,
just
but
a
then I am
friend.
sick.
Sorry?
He's free this afternoon, but then I am sick.
Yeah, exactly. Like we just switch.
Or when you just have a dog at home, you just.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, there's a delay in the button. I
Nah,
only clicked
it's
it and then you
okay.
started
It's
talking.
okay.
You're
It's
like,
okay. It's okay. I know where I'm
yeah,
standing.
community
I was waiting
questions.
for this joke, and then he just rams this.
We will
button.
never know. It was such a
will-
good joke, man. It was
we
the
will-
joke of the century. Yeah.
We will never know. Community questions. You can send in your questions into our Discord community every week, and we take those questions into this podcast. Let's go to the podcast. Question from Labi Ramage. Hey Joey, maybe good question. If you are up and coming, should you focus more on making remixes of famous songs, originals, or both combined? Thinking especially content-wise, it would be better with remixes. What is your guys' opinion and that the reason behind it? So, should you be focusing more on remixes, famous songs, remixing famous songs, originals, or both combined?
I think you want to get played by other DJs, and the fastest or like easiest way to do that is by a remix of an existing song. So it could be like a remake or use an acapella. And I'll tell you, my first ever radio play, shout out Slam FM, was for a remix competition, and this was when I was, I think, like 18 or 19 or something, and then they played my remix, and I missed it. First of all, I missed it, but I saw it back that they played my remix, and then I was like, "No, I made it! Now the booking floodgates are
Yeah.
open, and nothing happened."
Yeah.
But the remix got me airplay, so yeah.
And it's probably not just airplay, right? Maybe another DJ also started supporting it because of it.
Not with that one, but that was a remix competition of not such a famous track. So
Yeah.
then it's also a bit different. But I think if you, even if you have a really good track and you just have a cool acapella that works with it, then it might be, yeah, it might be good to just release it for free. I think that
Yeah.
so that people start playing it. I think that's your goal as a producer. Mostly get other people to play your music. That's you want your music to be heard. And if they then post every day about it, then you're gonna email them angry. Like,
Tag me.
hey, you tagged
Tag
me,
me,
man.
man.
Yeah, tag me. I think bootlegs are a Trojan horse, as in, it's pretty hard to get into someone else's set. It's pretty hard to get supported, especially with original music, because the bar is just much higher there. And a bootleg is a Trojan horse because they still support you, but it doesn't feel like they're supporting you. It feels like you are bringing them value instead of the other way around. So I think it's a great way to get support. I think that's one of the main things that bootlegs can do for you. That doesn't mean you should completely stop with originals. I think there's some value in that as well.
The holy grail is the original. That can
Yeah,
actually like get you
yeah. So the
where you
answer
want to
would
go.
be combine it, both.
Yeah.
Okay. Good question though. Question from Brian Andrade. Question for all of you regarding to content socials. What are the main things artists should be focusing on? Using social media to promote our releases, or showing the side nobody knows, personal life and so on? Would be cool to hear your opinions. And Ralph, congratulations on the new release. It's a banger.
Gracias, señor. But yeah, do whatever you like on the socials. I mean,
Okay.
of course, you need to promote your own release. But you can also perfectly fine show sides of yourself that nobody knew, that you self never knew, like Jobke playing darts. And
By the way, the
yeah,
poll is
My algorithm also has changed now. That's another talk, but it's like darts only. But
yeah, I did see the angry guy punching the table darts, but no, but you also got to be a little bit aware of. It's all about communication in the end, and you don't want to tell them. You don't. We got famous for eating sandwiches at some point that really didn't bring us anything, and we had millions of
I did bring you a
streams.
very cool story about a giant hot dog. So
I
brought you
mean,
something.
if it's just for fun and games, it's all good. But yeah, we also had a lot of reactions like, "Who are these guys? Why are they? Why are they so famous?" You know, yeah, and that didn't bring us anything. It's just weird people talking about the shawarma we ate, and but it's also okay. It's fine. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
you
and
want to
I
do both. Again, both, as in you want to promote your music and releases and achievements, but you also want to show your personal life and so on, and until a certain point, of course.
Yeah,
But
and I think we like a lot of beginning artists should really stop to see as like, oh, I made music, now I'm gonna make content. It's really it today as an artist, it really goes hand in hand. And I
mhm.
think with music, for example, I focus on making stuff that I like, of course, but also that other people want to hear on a festival. And with my content, I try to do that as well. I try to, hey, what would people like to see? And if you think of it that way, and like, hey, it's also a tool of expression. What would I like to make, and what would people like to see? Bit of compromise, that's what you want to do. And I think it's always a bit like, oh, I have the music now and now the content. It's like it can go hand in hand.
Also, making content's not the goal. It's a means
No.
to
No, you
achieve
want to tell a
something.
Yeah, yeah,
story,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and content is
So
a tool
if
that
you're
you
not
can
sure
use.
about what to make, it's also perfectly fine to just make music and don't post weird
Yep.
shit.
Here's a question from Alman, looking for advice. How do you split your time between DJing, production, and content? My manager expects me to shoot stories and IGs during a set, but I find that insanely distracting. Bassjackers, good job on the Diet Coke X caramel edit. Would love to see a tutorial on that whenever you're ready.
Oh yeah, it's actually surprisingly simple track because, of course, Mesto did a shitload of work. But yeah, I don't record those anymore. It's too
No,
much of a hassle.
yeah, true. So let's go back to the question. How do you split your time between DJing, production, and content? Because he's insanely distracted if he has to post content during his sets.
It's yeah, I mean during the sets, bring a friend, pay someone, a friend or a tour manager to film for you. I think you yeah, if you're considering a career, just do that. I think it's important to show what you're doing during a set. And otherwise, content, it's kind of like you have to either block time in or tell yourself, I need a video on Thursday. And then you just have to make it work. It's kind of like with music as well. You have to set some kind of deadlines and like allocate time to that. And I think music goes a little bit first, but like we mentioned before, it can go hand in hand. It doesn't cost a lot of time to record some content that can be viewed a lot. I sometimes make a studio tutorial, and I mean maybe that's not what you want to do, but I can set up the program now, and I can record literally in 2 minutes and edit, and maybe takes me all of it half an hour, and I have a new piece of content. And if you don't have half an hour once a week or whatever, then yeah, then really something's
Yeah.
wrong with your time planning, I think.
If you have a booking nowadays, you can see a lot of people multicamming, all these different angles. I think the production value is really high. Whenever you have a booking in an interesting venue, make sure you invest in video recording it properly. And I mean, there's a lot of people there that are really good at that. You can just find them through your own socials. Probably somewhere somebody in your network does that. Make sure you get all these angles, and it's not only for your own socials but also for a promoter that maybe wants to book you, and you can hand them over footage of your last show, which of course then looks kick-ass. And it's like this how do you call it, a visitekaartje,
Business card.
like a business card, and but it's wise to invest in that quite intensively.
Yeah. But
True.
also realize that like, yes, you want to invest and focus on it, but I think start doing it, even if you have a gig and it's like, oh, it's tomorrow, you can already bring your phone and a friend. So it's like, just start recording, and you also figure out um, what you can improve on and what you're doing wrong, and getting another camera, and it just, but
Simple
start.
thing. A simple thing to start is just put your phone or a GoPro in front of you and just video yourself, right, during the whole set.
That's
It's just-
definitely a good one, and
Yeah.
maybe not only in front of you, but also a little bit of side
Yeah.
angle. And if you then have somebody with a moving cam behind you, you're
Yeah, you have
actually
to
already pretty golden.
exactly. You have two angles.
And you can edit yourself, but still, somebody with a moving cam and a good one who knows what he or she is doing, it also costs quite a lot of money. It's not easy, but it's really important. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Not only
Next
for your
question.
socials, but also just imagine yourself being a promoter, and I go to
Yeah.
you and like, hey, book me. Why? That's the why.
Yeah. Question from Israel Carter. What was your most successful track in 2025 on reflection? And do you analyze and try to understand why that track had so much success?
Yeah, you do analyze. You make a lot of music. I think we had a lot of tracks that were really well supported. And you do analyze, because a lot of the tracks that are now coming out, we actually made maybe 4 or 5 months ago or a little bit longer. And sometimes you're in the process of making really different things already, because you're also interested in just a little bit, maybe HDHD character, which I'm definitely not, but in that respect, I am. And then you go reflect like, okay, I'm now making this, but I'm now having success with that. Am I now, is somebody else expecting more of this? Or should I just focus on what I'm doing now, because that's the next thing? And that's hard, because sometimes you notice that the next thing isn't catching on. And you also see a lot of artists that whenever they have a little success with something they build on top of that. It even sounds like they reopened the same file and made something different with it, which
Mhm.
is perfectly fine. So yeah, you're always reflecting on everything. And
Yeah.
if I have to name a track for us, 2025, I think Brighter Days may be the best supported one. So I have to name that, although Freaky also did really, really well.
Freaky did well online, right?
Yeah, also in sets, he got supported like a lot, and I still see him. I saw it in Bjorn's set the other day, which I'm really happy about because I actually like him as an artist as well.
Hmm. Okay.
But Brighter Days, man, from Hannah Lang, Nine Nines, all these big DJs, and I'm really surprised about that.
Yeah.
What about you,
I
Yeah.
think
Jay?
it's very interesting what Ralph said because I realize I've been doing that always. You kind of have a plan for the next few months, but then sometimes you realize you're not on the right path or something you really liked 6 months ago, you hear it or you show it to someone, and then you're kind of like, okay, I've kind of grown out of this. And it sometimes also happens. So then you need to figure out what's the next step. So that's how you analyze. I think for me, uh, pictures is a highlight because I sang on myself. It did quite well streaming wise. I think now it's like at 140,000 streams or something, which for me is like really good on a independent track. But that track also made me realize something because I had shows and I had that track, and in during my set, I realized that's not. I don't want to play it. It's my latest single, but I don't want to play it, and that's
Pictures.
yeah, yeah. So I had that track already, and then that kind of part of sparked the whole melodic rave chapter and that EP of my melodic rave EP, 4 tracks at the same time, where I used to struggle with, let's say, consistent releasing and having enough music, is also for me a huge thing. Um, but that pictures made me realize also part of that, like, oh wait, I need to make stuff that I actually want to play.
Yeah. It's such a simple question to ask yourself, but so effective. Like, should I play this in my own set? Would I play this in my own set?
That's
Yeah,
for
it's
us the main
yeah,
denominator if we
but it
want
is
to
it is
proceed.
hard. It's hard if you don't have any sets. And I mean, I don't play that much anymore, but I have some shows where I can kind of test some stuff out. But it's like when you start out, that's the hardest question, especially as a
Mm.
producer. Sometimes you're like, you don't understand how sets work or how what people would play. Um, so then it comes down to also research, go to parties, work with other producers that do get it. um yeah, that's part of that, but that's a whole other thing maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Question from Lion Harris for Ralph and maybe the chat. How do you guys go about clearing a cover version, and what are the gray area rules you always work with?
Yeah, either you clear or you don't ask permission and just go out and leave all the publishing for the original artists. If you set out to clear something and you get a no, you cannot release the cover version. But if you
Okay.
go out and release the cover version, I mean, it is a gray area, and maybe it's better not to make a clip out of this and post it on the internet, but just leave it here. And but it's not the worst thing that can normally happen. And then I say normally is that it has to be taken down, which for you as an artist is not that bad. If it happens over time and you already got royalties from the track, you have to maybe give away the royalties. I'm not sure about that. But for a label, it can be hard because I think they get a strike and then maybe
Yeah.
3 strikes and you're out. So it's better to just ask clearance, but it's a strategy. Yeah. And those are the options you have.
Okay. Question from Descendant. Actually, 3 questions, but let's just it's this one. Jay, what was the initial thought process when you worked on your cosmic theme records like Wild Mind, CEO, Somnia, Stardust, Outer Space, and Paradigm? Any tips while choosing specific sounds for that specific theme?
No, I not really any specific thoughts, but I always love the kind of like movie music and that kind of creating an atmosphere with certain sounds. And I think a lot of those tracks started out like that with a certain chord progression with a certain synth or strings. And yeah, for some reason I am attracted to a lot of spacey things, cosmic as you name it. It's just something that I am interested in, and I think that's a big part of my music production. Is like I tend to steer a bit towards what I'm interested in, and that means sometimes I'm also making an idea about just I'm gonna create a little movie score or trailer music, and sometimes that can result in using it for an actual dance track, like Stardust, for example. Um, so that's the thought process behind that. Yeah.
Okay. And then a follow-up question for both of you. In terms of the question about collaborating, what can be the move when you figure out that the collaboration you're working on is not going as you expected?
Pull the plug. Yeah, it's shitty, man.
And do you normally notice that that happens because of a personal level, like it just doesn't match in the studio,
I
or
mean,
just
it's
because?
nice to do a collaboration because it mixes different competencies, and somebody else can be better than you in this, and vice versa. You can be better than somebody else in something. But also, the more opinions, the harder it gets to finish something. You have to make sure, yeah, you have to be willing to make compromises as well. And that kind of sometimes because you have this vision, and then somebody else come in, and when you don't agree, and you have to, yeah, somebody has to give way.
Yeah, I
Simple as that.
I think you should. It's sometimes tricky because you want to sometimes let someone do their thing when you're in the studio together, or you hear something, and at first you're like, I wouldn't have picked that chord or that sound. Sometimes it improves the track. So sometimes you let someone go their way, and then it's like, oh, that actually, in hindsight later, you're like, hey, that actually made it way better because I would have never picked that chords, which I think is the beauty of collabing. But I also think sometimes you just have to accept that a collab can be just dead. So you have it, and it's like there's a first version finished, but you just don't really feel it anymore. Just continue, and sometimes also just with the same person or someone else go to the next
Yeah, and
collab.
then just leave it be and
Yeah, yeah,
take the lessons you learned and on to the next one. And also sometimes over time it still grows on you. Can really well happen.
In the collaboration, you mean?
Whatever track. Yeah.
Okay.
Never throw something totally away. Just put it on the shelf, grab a little bit of dust, and
Actually,
who knows?
makes me think. I once started a collaboration with Nicky Romero when he was still having a studio at his parents' place. That never worked, as in somehow that just didn't work. Sometimes it
Oh, you
happens,
can
like
always revisit it. Call him up, say,
I have
Nicky, remember.
remember, yeah. I honestly have no idea where the whole project is, but should be. It was on his PC, so it's probably on his hard
PC.
drive. Question from Tejas about a MacBook Pro, but that's super specific, so I don't think we can answer that. There were a few in the chat.
the third question from Descendant. This one, he says, this one is optional to answer.
Talking about collaboration, Jay and Ralph had a very solid one, El Mariachi. Everything was perfect about it. Of course, the soundtrack itself and MV and artwork. What's MV?
Music video.
Oh. Anything you guys want to share about it?
Oh, we can tell the whole story. It actually started as, for me, that's one of the perfect collaborations. We actually made a remix for Steve Aoki, which got denied. It got not greenlit. And then we had a cool drop, but we had to remove all the Steve Aoki parts. Then Jopke came to our studio, or the other way around, I'm not sure, but he said, let me have a go at it. And he actually made such a fitting break. Yeah, it's insane, Jopke?
Yeah,
For
it
me, and
worked.
it's a pure collaboration. The
Yeah.
breaks are totally the musicality of Jopke, and the drops are the energy of Bassjackers, and it works really well together. Actually, also, which is cool, it got played in a lot of bars in the whole of Holland, like the drinking beer bars, not even the rave bars. Just first some Dutch music, then some German Schlager, and then boom,
El
mariachi
Mariachi.
came in. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how things can
Yeah,
go,
and
right?
it's one of those ones
Yeah.
where you just like, hey, this is a cool idea. Okay, let's do it. That with the track and then with the music video as well. Like, hey, we have this idea. hey, we found this company that does animation, and it's the same. We are That's the idea, and it all those at the company are also artists, so that all was a perfect
Yeah.
collaboration as
And
well.
what's the nicest thing about that record? Because we started out that we had the big brass sound goes boom 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 boom, but I didn't want to use like this stabby thing on the first kick. So I used, which we used earlier somewhere else, the perk sound. Do-do-do, boom boom boom, do-do-do, boom boom. But then Jobke, with his mind, thought about, I want to use that do-do-do in the break as well, which I would never ever have come up with. And then he made "Dun, dun,
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 dun.
dun, 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 dun. And that's how it just goes. And everybody gets triggered by all these things, and you have all these little thought processes. That's what makes it interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good point.
So how did
Last,
your collab with Nikki go?
yeah, that didn't work out. I didn't have that. Well, I did a lot with Appster, obviously, but that
Yeah.
at some point wasn't the collaboration anymore. It was like we were a duo in some kind of way. We made so many songs together. With who did I collab? That's
Oppie is
one.
like
Hardway.
a collab guy because, to be honest, he always had a hard time finishing a track, but he was
Super
running
creative.
over with cool original
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah. He's like the best co-producer, maybe. Like just
Definitely.
next to you, like this
Yeah.
power machine, this ID machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
He should
we
have
have,
been in a duo.
yeah. Looking in hindsight, I think we should. I think that might
Yeah.
have even accessed my success.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could have had him play and you stay at home doing
exactly.
your artist coaching
It's never
bullshit.
too late. It's never too late.
Yeah.
Uppy, call me whenever you hear this.
He's getting
L-
married.
oh, really? I should give him a call. I see him every
Yeah.
now and then,
Too
like
late.
in
You're
the
too late
studio.
now.
You're
Yeah,
too late and you're
He's
not getting
taken.
an invite,
yeah.
man.
No, every now and then he's in the studio with Tim
Yeah.
at the
Far
artist coaching
beats. Yeah.
studio. So yeah, sometimes I see him there. It's yeah, it's nice. One more question and then we'll wrap it up. It's a question from the Nuller. I'm considering making content for YouTube where I analyze music tracks melodically and harmonically. What do you think is a better strategy? Clear the rights to use the song before making the content or just make the content? I'm only worried about takedown notice.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get takedown if you
Yeah.
just analyze.
Oh, dude, we get takedown if I do
Yeah,
a story on my own track. Yeah.
if you analyze the song.
If I do a let's say we released something and I do a how I made it video about it, we get these notifications that in some countries it will be blocked and in some you will just won't monetize.
Yeah, that's fine with him. He says I'm only worried about the takedown. I'm not worried about the monetize, not being able
Yeah.
to monetize.
No, yeah, that depends on which market it is and
Which
yeah,
song?
who has the yeah. It's just so annoying.
Just make original stuff, man.
Yeah, but
And
his
there was
thing
It's
is
before
like,
we
maybe
were
better
saying
to just
remix
make
this,
a
remix.
tutorial, but it's maybe just better to. I mean, I still I look up a lot of tutorials all the time, and then it can be
it
nice
works.
how to make a
I
synth
think
like. Yeah,
you made a video as well of my track, the
Yeah, he
Nuller,
did. Yeah,
which was
he's
really cool, and I suggest everybody go watch it because it's about the music analysis of Electric Elephants.
yeah.
Mm,
It's really cool how he explains how that works musically because I don't know all the theory he knows because he did
yeah.
study that. It's really
Yeah,
interesting, but I
It is
also think
interesting. Yeah,
there is something as like you can use certain content like music and video if you show it to analyze it. I think there is some,
yeah,
maybe that's an American law, I'm not sure, but like also you can review kind of movie parts and say in this scene what happens here is this and this, and you can show part of the scene without
yeah.
being kicked off,
blocked.
something like
Yeah.
that. You should also look into that, but that's like Ralph said, it's different per country, so
Yeah.
that might make it a bit
Yeah, but
complicated.
in hindsight, I would say just start doing it,
Yeah,
and you'll notice which road bumps you run into.
I would say the same thing. Just go and see whatever you run into.
No, he says
Um,
fair use law. He says in the YouTube.
Oh.
oh. Do you guys have anything to show?
Yeah, there's one more question you now skipped, probably because of me, but
Where?
from Texas.
No, I didn't skip it. I said it's too specific, as in
Oh.
it's really personal to say whatever you want to do. So I don't think.
Oh, yeah, about buying a new MacBook.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I could say about that, if you're considering to buy a new MacBook for music production, I mean, it's not the kitchen, it's the cook. Is that how the saying goes? I think.
Mm.
Just good to remember whenever you want to invest in some synth that you'll never use, you know?
Exactly. Hey, Israel Carter in the chat. Are you guys taking a break over the holidays? No, we don't. So we will be back next week.
No,
but until
because
we go,
next week it's Christmas Eve, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I'll be in Spain afterwards. So
on the what is it? The
on Old Year's Day.
Old Year's Day. Yeah. So that's the 31st. Yeah. I'm
I
still
don't
good to
think
go.
we're doing the 31st, right?
I'm still good to go.
Not sure. I
Yeah?
don't know about my family obligations that day, but I think I can put in an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, I can make it.
I won't.
Okay.
I'm
anything
drinking
to chill?
cervezas, cañas.
Anything
Anything
to
to chill, man. Love your life. 2K25 was amazing, and let's go on to 2K26. Artist
Oh, what's
coaching.
that song? That's and our ability will be for life. There's now like a
Oh yeah, it's
yeah, it's a real format, TikTok format that just gets overused.
you know which
The-
one I got like a shitload of, and it's probably also my age. Then I'm successful. I have 4 kids and a loving wife. What more do I want? And then you get the guy, the meme who's dancing like this. And,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
like in the
yeah,
club.
like in the
turn the
night.
lights off. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
the
man.
point.
I have something to show. I have something to show. I made a bootleg of "The Way I Are" by Timbaland, and I'm gonna give it away for free. So follow me on my
Hey.
social media and SoundCloud, and there will be news about that soon. It's a fun little edit, I think. So
And Jay is gonna start a Jay Dartway channel because 96% of the people in the chat says you should. So
no, I was gonna start
96.
not a channel,
Whoa.
but I will
69. 69. Sorry.
continue
Oh,
the journey.
69. That's a totally different number if
That's
you
a different
do it
number.
in
will
You don't. You
continue
do
the
not want to
journey.
confuse that.
I will continue the journey. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. It's special. It's every single day. Are we
Yeah.
done
Just
yet?
do. Just do. Okay, everyone. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check out artistcoaching.nl for everything we do. And don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, share this episode, do whatever you want. We will be back next week. Bye bye.